Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Escobar, U.S. Global Command 9.4. Alright, tech. AMD, the Americans are still struggling. Turn 9 and they have not hit AMD on a single roll. AMD, Advanced SLBMs, SDI, Advanced ASF. They still have not hit AMD. However, they have hit SDI and Advanced ASF. So Advanced ASF goes to stage 3. SDI, wait a minute, we need 10 or better. Yeah, we got it. SDI goes to stage 2. All right, well, I think we're going to declare it's morning again in America on Advanced ASF. See what happens. Look at that, got it. So Advanced ASF is complete for the Americans. Is that going to change the buy? No, it won't. It could. Let's think about this just a second. It will change the buy in one respect. And that'll be easy enough to fix. Okay, there's no global operations, there's no alliance release. So now we go to military aid. Okay, South Africa. We are sending them a fighter for 6. NATO is getting a Top Gun ASF and an SSN for 10. Saudi Arabia is getting, since we have advanced manufacturing complete, we can do a minor army base now in a single turn, and we can take arms sales discount on it. So for 3 battle stars, the Americans are going to send Saudi Arabia a minor army base, which will go to which will go to Eastern Saudi. Then for Pakistan, we are for 7. We're sending them an MBT and an attack chopper. And I just realized I got to change something, so that'll be all right. And then UAE for 4 is getting an attack bomber. Okay, that's military aid. Over here on regular purchase, that's the one that's going to change. I couldn't do that anyway because I'd already built the Top Gun for military aid, so I couldn't do another one this turn anyway. But we're changing that up because we had one IPP left over we saved. So we're just going to spend that, and we're going to build an advanced ASF instead. So 7 on an advanced ASF, 6 on a fighter, 8 on a pair of SSNs, and 10 on a pair of A-10s, building 5 cruise missiles and 3 anti-ship missiles, and saved 6 battle stars in the bank. Okay, that's that. Combat movement. U.S. Global is declaring war on Libya. Muammar Gaddafi has he has offended us. Our sensibilities require satisfaction. So let's just go ahead and start with this one. We can't quite get it all in one shot, so I have to do like this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have is a screening force, and our screening force is coming out of port. This carrier and its ASW chopper are going 1, 2, 3, 4 into M4 because they've got their movement bonus from the minor shipyard there. The ASW chopper attacks the now Warsaw Pact diesel boat. So that's going to be the screening force battle. Then the 2 amphibs here in A40 are loading up 2 Marines and 2 attack choppers from Extremadura and a 3rd Marine from Portugal. And they're coming over here, 1, 2, to go do an amphibious assault into western Libya. And I don't think it's hardly possible for that screening force battle to not be successful because, well, 1, the diesel boat can't shoot at the ASW chopper, and the ASW chopper can shoot at the diesel boat. Like I said, it's not going to be possible that diesel boat remains to block the amphibious assault. And then from the fleet card, well, we're just going to move the whole thing over here. 1, 2. He's coming over to I-4 as well. And the 2 cruisers that are on the fleet card here are each going to do a shore bombardment shot to support the amphibious assault. And then riding that super carrier, we've got 3 fighters and an attack bomber. There's no Sam in there, so attack bomber and 3 fighters. And the attack bomber, since the cat's out of the bag, the attack bomber is going to drop battlefield nukes. Warsaw Pact will respond with chemical from the field artillery. So that is the Battle of M4 and West Libya. Let's get these off here out of the road. All right. Then what else did we do? Oh, yeah. Then we're going to come over here. The Joint Air Base in Rhineland is shooting a cruise missile into northern Germany in a surgical strike. The joint base in southern England's doing the same thing, 1, 2, 3, to get in there. And then the strategic bomber is flying over here from southern England. He's flying over here to A23, where he is going to shoot 2 more cruise missiles, 1, 2, for a total of 4 into northern Germany in surgical strike. And then the ASF in Great Lakes is going to do another Celestial Eagle mission. So since we're already here, let's go on and do this surgical strike in northern Germany first. So here we are. The SAM gets 3 AMD shots. And they miss. So here comes 4 cruise missiles with PGM, so they have land target select. And there's 1 hit. Who do they want to target out of this mess? I think they're going to target an air cav. Take him out. Okay. That's that there. So let's go ahead and do the Celestial Eagle while we're right here. Ah, they missed this time. Soviets get to have their spy sat next turn. Okay, now we're coming over around this way for the action in the Mediterranean. So the first thing we need to do is the screening force battle. So the ASW chopper drops a torpedo and misses. Now the way we play this is that the naval unit being engaged only engages with the screening force. So, well, actually, I guess they shouldn't have even shot at him because he doesn't, well, no, he can go on silent running. And that's what he's going to have to do. Otherwise, if this goes to, I mean, there's no other choice. Because his only other option is to go to the retirement box because he doesn't have a target that he can shoot at. Well, no, I guess he does. Since the carrier brought him in here, I suppose he could shoot at the carrier if he wanted to. Does he want to do that? No, he's going to go on silent running. Okay, so the screening force battle is over. Let me get the land battle set up here. Okay, here we are. Got the cruisers shore bombarding in first strike. Got the defending field artillery with chemical. It's desert, so even though these guys have close air support, they remain at 3. And as I mentioned, the attack bomber will roll battlefield nukes. So, 2 cruisers. Shore bombard. They miss. Defending field artillery with chemical. He misses. 3 fighters on air superiority. And there's 2, oh wait a minute, yeah, they each get to shoot. There's 2 hits, but there's only 1 enemy air unit. So there is 1 air hit and 1 general hit. And that will be an air battle star for the Americans. Okay, now we got 3 Marines at 3. There's another hit, makes 2. 2 attack choppers. There's 2 more hits, makes 4. And then the attack bomber with triple dice. There's another hit that makes 5, and I believe that is enough to wipe them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that does the job. Well, they got an overkill because of the air hit. Okay, so now we have 1 fighter on air superiority defending. That is an air hit. So there's an air battle star for Warsaw Pact. Now an airborne defending misses 2 light infantry. 2 light infantry get 2 hits. Okay. As I said, these guys are wiped. So just remove them from consideration. Now the Americans have to take 1 air hit, which they're going to take on a fighter. And then 2 general hits. That, 2 general hits. That they're going to take on the 2 attack choppers. Okay, so let me put things back. Okay, I put it all back. But I forgot to get a roundel. Here we are, get a roundel in there. Okay, so Warsaw Pact never actually possessed it. So that's just going to be the Americans up 2 to 58. And Fallout goes up to 4. That's it for combat movements. So let's do non-combat movements. The air flies back out to their carrier, which is on this card. The ASW chopper remains on patrol. Okay, so this SSN in A47 moves 1, 2, 3 here to A40. These 2 SSNs in A41, one of them goes 1, 2 to A32, the other goes 1, 2, 3 to A26. And what they've just done is, actually, he doesn't even have to be here because they don't possess Portugal anymore. So we'll put him over there instead. So what we've done is we have taken a wartime bonus away from Warsaw Pact, because they can get an IPP each for possessing Canary Islands and no enemy subs in A40. Same thing here, possessing the Azores, no enemy subs in A26. So they've lost those bonus IPPs now. All right, now we're going to do some sea lifting. So these two next-gen MBTs at Sao Paulo, the Americans have advanced logistics, so this minor shipyard has a sea lift capacity of 2 now instead of 1. So what they do is they come out here 1 into A43. You see right here it says 2 movement points to A43. So 1, 2, 3, and this sea zone goes all the way across here to South Africa. So they're going to come ashore through this major port into our defense treaty partner, South Africa. We're going to come down here to Buenos Aires. Same thing, we got a minor shipyard that has a sea lift capacity of 2. Come out into A45 is 1, 2 movement points from A45 to A49, so 2, 3. The mech takes the 3rd spot available to sea lift into there, and the next gen goes in through this minor port in Southwest Africa. Then this carrier in port at Buenos Aires takes its fighter and comes out of port. He's doing the same thing. He doesn't count this because he starts in that sea zone. So he's 1, 2 to get into A49, 3 and 4 into I3. And then there's nobody around here to threaten him, but I don't like to have a defenseless capital ship. So this destroyer is going to go 1, 2 down here to I3 to shepherd him. So that is our sea lifting from South America. Don't need these anymore. Okay, next thing, we got guys here in Nicaragua. Again, we have a minor port that has a sea lift capacity of 2 because we own it. So he comes out 1, 2, and we do our 5th and 6th sea lift embarkations from Nicaragua to southern United States. That's taken care of. Now, as long as I'm here, this is the part that, because of military aid delivery, well, actually, do I have to? Yes, I do have to use heavy airlift for that. So, I am going to heavy airlift 1 self-propelled artillery from Nicaragua to Rhineland. So he's going to go right here on the Rhineland card. That's that one. All right, next, since we're pointed at it, we have 3, that's 1 heavy airlift. We're saving the other one for military aid delivery. We've got 3 air redeployments available. We're going to use them right here two A-10s and a Top Gun ASF are redeploying from Northeast United States to Rhineland. So these guys, there's already some American A-10s in Rhineland, so they're just going to have more buddies to hang out with. And the Top Gun ASF, I'm going to put over here on the board since he blocks air movement. So that's all of our air redeploys. Now we have 4 air lifts available. And what we're doing here is we're going to take 2 airborne from Northeast United States, and we're airlifting them over here to Diego Garcia, where 3 grays will become a green. If you're wondering why, well, this is a joint American base, so the extras apply since we have completed advanced airborne. American major air bases can now launch 4 airborne infantry into airborne assault instead of the normal 3. Okay, so there's that. And then our other one, well, our other 2. This other airborne from Northeast United States and this airborne from Puerto Rico, or Lesser Antilles, excuse me, because we do have an air base here. They are airlifting into the joint base at Extremadura. And I think that might be it for non-combat, but let's check the notes to be sure, because we got quite a bit of it. Okay, we moved the subs, we moved the carrier, we did our 6 sea lifts, did our 3 air redeploys, we did our 4 air lifts, we did our heavy airlift, and we moved the destroyer to I-3. Okay, that's it for non-combat movement. So now we're going to deliver some units. And let's get that part of the notes back up here so we don't make mistakes because we have poor memory. Okay. Oh, I forgot a non-combat movement. See how I am? Now I gotta put everything down. Okay, the non-combat movement I forgot is from this fleet here in I-6, which is right here. On the supercarrier, we're going to take this fighter. He gets a +1 movement bonus from a supercarrier. So he is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because in non-combat movement, he gets his combat radius of 2 doubled. And then he's got the movement bonus. So he flies down here to South Africa. And then we're building a fighter on that carrier to replace him. So I'm just putting the F-16 right there in South Africa. Okay, these two SSNs are built at the miner shipyard here in Sao Paulo. I don't have them on the board, but the military advisors were deployed to make that happen outside home country. And then the advanced ASF and two A10s are built here in Northeast United States. There we are. That's all units placed. We didn't send any aid to Iran this turn, but we had other priorities. But now we will do Iran's recruitment roll. Denied recruitment. So now we place, or we deliver military aid. So let's just start right here. The minor army base comes around through the med. There's nothing to block us. Comes around here. Comes ashore at the minor port for Qatar. And then they allow it to pass through to Eastern Saudi. Okay. Attack bomber flies into the airbase for UAE. For Pakistan, the aid comes around through the med, through Suez. There's nothing to stop it. The MBT comes ashore through the minor shipyard there into South Pakistan. And the attack chopper is heavy airlifted into North Pakistan. That's why I had to save that heavy airlift, was to deliver that. And then South Africa gets another fighter flown in. And then we have NATO. So the Top Gun ASF flies into Rhineland to join his American counterpart. And the SSN is delivered to the major or minor shipyard there in A6. Okay, that's everything delivered. The Americans are at 58. I don't believe they're clocking any bonus yet, but let's make sure. No. West Libya does not get them a bonus. East Libya would, West Libya does not. That's because it's already worth IPP. Okay, so 58. Add one battle star to the bank to make a total of 7. And let me check those strategic objectives. West Libya is a victory point for the Americans. So the Americans come up here and tie the Soviets at 3 victory points apiece, although, as you can clearly see, the Warsaw Pact Alliance is currently in the lead with their total score of 8 versus 5 for the NATO alliance. Move that up to turn 10. And a good look at that. There's the tech chart. As I said, the Americans are just dominating tech. All right, they're running out of stuff they actually want to research. Let's have a look here real quick. We have a pretty good little force on Diego Garcia, 4 airborne, 2 Marines, and an attack chopper with an amphib. And this fleet is close by over here. Never know what they might be thinking. Plus, you got these guys that can come up and join them. Like I said, you never know what's in store. So there's the situation in South Asia. Iran, after its second turn at war, is still intact. There's the rest of the Middle East. Big buildup in Iraq. Respectable buildup in Saudi Arabia and the Emirates. Huge buildup by the Americans in South Africa. I think the Angolans have irritated them somehow. Of course, the Americans now have a foothold in North Africa. We'll see if they can keep it. Now this, I'll change off camera. This is now Warsaw Pact. Now, under the new diplomacy rules, I'll mention this here, you cannot benefit from your own offensive action. So, even though this is now Warsaw Pact, the Americans cannot roll diplomacy on Egypt trying to get a military pact, because this became enemy possessed as a result of American action. So you can't double dip that way. You can only do diplomacy to try for the military pact if the other guy causes the adjacency. Hope that makes sense. We still have a standoff here in the mid-Atlantic. As I said earlier, Warsaw Pact has been driven from the Iberian Peninsula. The Americans still have some troops in Latin America that need to be moved out. They've got some forces here that are ready to move somewhere. There is... Oh, I forgot to land him. Get him back over there to southern England. There is an American presence in Europe. It's all, well, almost all air units at this point. There's the Rhineland card. There's the single American ground unit, but he can shoot battlefield nukes, so that's why he's there. Scandinavia controlled by Team Red, as is the Danish Straits. Don't know when they'll try to come out, though, because there is the NATO Navy in the North Sea, and that's what the Soviets have in the Baltic. That one frigate and this little bit of Warsaw Pact stuff, so we'll see. There's goings on in the southern part of the Soviet Union. Let's see. Well, I had to make a change, and I didn't do it right away. I'm going to have to go back and see what that is supposed to be. I believe, oh, those are airborne. Okay, that's what that is. Those are airborne. All right, I think that will do it for this one. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.